Lonzo Ball, the guy who's supposed to show the NBA what a real point guard is. The guy who's supposed to bring back the facilitating type point guard. That guy. Second overall pick in the 2017 draft. He was supposed to be the real deal. And for a while, he wasn't. Until he went to the Bulls. And he fixed his three-point shot. And he even made such an impact that the Bulls were the #1 seed when he was on the court. But then he tore his meniscus. And he has since gotten 3 surgeries on that knee. And we don't know if Lonzo will ever return. And it's a sad story to tell. But we need to talk about it. And what the effects could be if he doesn't return. Lonzo Ball was drafted with the second pick in the draft by the Los Angeles Lakers. He drew comparisons to guys like Jason Kidd and Magic Johnson. He was supposed to be the next point guard facilitator, the guy who could set the floor for the other guys to score and shine. But instead, his career has been filled with injury after injury after injury. And then, when he's on the court, he was a bust. He didn't pan out. Yes, the passing was great, and even his defense was impeccable. But his injuries were his biggest problem. In 2019, LeBron James joined the Los Angeles Lakers. But Lonzo would only stay there for a year after he would be traded in an Anthony Davis package. He would then be sent off to New Orleans where he would improve his shot, but injuries would continue to plague him. He kept improving his game, and when he got the chance to dive into free agency, he'd take advantage and go to the Chicago Bulls. There, he would finally thrive. He shot 40% from three-point, his biggest weakness. And we all thought we'd see the Chicago Bulls thrive. But not only the Bulls, but Lonzo. Everyone was rooting for the kid. He looked like a perennial all-star. He finally looked like the Magic Johnson and Jason Kidd that we compared him to, with his passing being on point, his shot fixed, and including the defense, there was nothing that could stop him. But of course, the one thing that could stop him was injury. He would eventually tear his meniscus and have to get immediate surgery. And then after the first surgery, he needed a second one. And then most recently, his third surgery. Doctors are stumped. No one can figure out what's wrong with Lonzo. And it might just end his career, as he is due to be out for, if not most, all of 2023 and 2024. It's a shocking turn of events. But what if he doesn't return? Sure, he could wait out the season and come back in 2024-2025. But what if he retires and Lonzo Ball never returns? Now, I could go and say that the Bulls would be terrible and tank and get a high pick to draft Bronny James, and they get LeBron for a year and they go on to win the championship. But that's not realistic, and I would really like to be realistic in this. So in a world where Lonzo Ball retires, the Bulls are now left with some options. They could go out in free agency and go and get Austin Reeves to be their new point guard, or they could find him in the draft. Now, the problem with the Bulls drafting is that they have no draft picks in 2023. So, if they wanted to get a top pick to get a guy like Brandon Miller or Scoot Henderson, they would have to get crafty, and they would have to trade one of their big names, Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan. Now, I don't see that happening anytime soon, as the Bulls still want to contend for a title. So, without Lonzo Ball at the helm, they go for a guy that they know they can trust. And I think I know who it just might be.
Rose cutting to the basket! Derrick Rose!
Anderson keeps the possession alive before throwing to Derrick Rose. Oh, what a spin! All-star move by an all-star starter.
To Parker, and then he threw it nicely to Derrick. Behind his back,
Oh,
and he
goodness.
drives and scores.
Oh, my goodness. Counter on this guy. Woo, he got lost. That is a nice play in transition by Derrick Rose.
Turn it over. No run out for Derrick Rose. Watch this.
Whoa. Whoa.
Scalabrine watching Salmons on the three. The rebound, and Scalabrine was rejected by Rose at the other end. What a great defensive play by Derrick Rose. Here is your NBA Rookie of the Year, not giving up on the play.
Out back, and there's Rose. Down the line of the left-hander.
Oh, my gosh. Can I get some butter with that roll?
Usually very effective in the middle of the floor.
I wish he would look for his shot right there.
Oh! How about that, Houdini move?
I see the Bulls retaining their former MVP, the youngest MVP in NBA history, Derrick Rose. Now, of course, it's not Lonzo Ball, and he is never going to be that now at his age, but he could still facilitate as the point guard. Maybe not a starter, but definitely off the bench, and inject some life into not only the team or the organization, but the fans. They get to see the player that they never got to see truly grow, as he was, again, hit with the same injuries that Lonzo was. Well, one was a meniscus, one was an ACL, but both knee injuries, all the same. You get what I'm saying, right?
Boy, if you don't...
Anyways, the Bulls would definitely not get Austin Reeves, as he would not go there because the Lakers are desperate for him. Obviously, with their previous playoff run, they want to make a run at a championship, and they will do that at any cost. Now, the Bulls are in a bit of a situation. Either you tank or you try to succeed. And I think the Bulls try to do a little bit of both. But when it comes to the deadline, they have a decision to make. Either trade one of your stars, trade both of them, or go all in on a championship run. Maybe you're not a championship team, but you have that hope. But at the end of the day, the Bulls can't reach it. And I think they make the play-in, but make an early exit. But now, let's talk about the positive. Because you can't talk about the positive without the negative. And the positive is that Lonzo returns by the end of this year. And if he does, well, what happens? Well, he wouldn't have enough time to gel with his teammates or even play enough to make a general and significant impact. So I think the same thing would happen, an early exit in the play-in. But with a full season under his belt and staying healthy, I believe the Bulls are a perennial contender, and I think they make a run for a conference final and maybe even a championship, because that's the type of player Lonzo Ball is. He's the guy that you want facilitating your offense. He's the guy you want being in that point guard position. He's the guy who can make other players better. And there's no one like him in this league. Paul George even said on his podcast that he believes that Lonzo is one of the most talented players in the league right now. Take a listen.
NBA. If you were going to make a PG's top 5 in the NBA, excluding yourself, who would you put up in your top 5 as the most talented players in the league?
At my point, I'm going to go with LaMelo. LaMelo, it's a split. I'm going to go LaMelo and Lonzo.
Whoa, why you couldn't just say him by himself? Why you had to split him? He was there. He was cool by himself when you said him.
Wait, are you actually putting Lonzo in there, or are you just saying that as a joke?
No, I'm going LaMelo and Lonzo. I think both of them have
Shout out to
pure
the Ball brothers.
talent. Actually, I would say Lonzo more pure talent than LaMelo.
I take it either way.
Why?
They both Ball brothers.
What
I don't
can't-
agree with you.
What can't Lonzo do?
Just go off
LaMelo
of that.
can't play defense.
Yes, he
Yeah,
can.
Or he's not known for his defense.
Sneaky D.
Correct, but he's younger.
not long.
He's going to learn that by just being out there.
The age has nothing to do with it.
He's sneaky D. That's how he play.
No. Lonzo, what can't Lonzo do? He can guard.
Okay.
He can shoot.
Agree.
He can play make. His IQ. He can rebound great for his position.
Yeah.
What can't Lonzo do?
Lonzo Ball was supposed to be the greatest facilitator of all time. Better than Magic, Braun, Pippen, Kidd, Nash, whoever it is, you name it, he was supposed to be better than them. But because of that pesky knee and because of injuries, we will never see the full potential of Lonzo Ball. And if you want to blame that on AAU camps or his father, whatever the case may be, we won't see that full potential. Lonzo is a great player, full of talent. There's no denying that. There's a reason why he got into the league in the first place. Lonzo is a great NBA player. But injuries happen, and injuries have taken away some of the best players in this league. Grant Hill, Derrick Rose, there's an entire list. And Lonzo just got added to it. And hopefully he can come back and maybe bring the Bulls to their former glory that they haven't seen since Michael Jordan. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And as always, peace.